The Indian Wells Tennis Garden typically serves as the exclusive sanctuary where the absolute titans of the tennis universe assemble. However, today's chatter has nothing to do with the points on the scoreboard and everything to do with the glow of the screen, as a massive shockwave rocks the media center. This entire upheaval was ignited by a single individual named Jujan Hasten Cop, a man who is far more than just a person holding a camera. He is a true master of the lens, with over 40 years of experience chronicling every major tournament and capturing every legend from Andre Agassi to Carlos Alcaraz. Yet, on this day, Jujan has delivered a stunning assessment that has left the Women's Tennis Association and major American networks in a state of absolute shock. His words went far beyond simply complimenting the power of her forehand. He reportedly proclaimed that Alex Eala is currently the most viewed athlete on television, dominating not just the tennis world, but the entire global sports landscape this week. The underlying reality is that the Eala Effect has officially shattered the traditional ceilings of sports broadcasting. The sense of urgency and pure panic among old-school media executives has become very real. Word is spreading fast that during her latest matches, television ratings throughout Southeast Asia, Europe, and the massive Filipino community in America have completely demolished all prior records. Jujan Hasten Cop, a veteran who has witnessed the rise of every modern superstar, reportedly spoke to a room full of shell-shocked journalists. He stated that he has tracked where the world looks for 40 years and insisted his lens never lies, claiming that the world simply stops whenever Alex appears on the screen. This serves as a harsh reality check for anyone who mistakenly believed that Alex was merely a regional sensation. The explosive surge in viewership is so massive that even the Tennis Channel in the United States recorded an incredible 60 million live viewers for a single segment featuring the Filipina Queen. This represents a fundamental shift in the sport that has not been witnessed since the absolute prime of the Big Three. But why exactly is this phenomenon taking place right now? Jujan reportedly identified a secret factor, noting that the cameras are finally capturing Alex's profound and transcendental charisma. He observed that unlike many robotic modern athletes, her combination of humility and intensity creates a magnetic pull on television, making millions of viewers emotional whenever she acknowledges her heritage. The blunt truth of the matter is that Alex has officially become must-watch appointment television. Corporate advertisers are reportedly furious with themselves for not purchasing enough commercial time during her matches, realizing far too late that she is the ultimate attraction. The sheer economic weight of her audience is transforming Indian Wells into a global media powerhouse like nothing we have seen before. Even the legendary Rafael Nadal is said to be completely floored by the incoming data. Although he always knew his student was gifted, seeing her outshine established world number ones in the ratings has left the King of Clay feeling a mix of anxiety and immense pride. He is well aware that being the number one attraction on television brings an overwhelming level of pressure. Meanwhile, the level of jealousy within the professional locker rooms is rapidly reaching a breaking point. Top 10 players are reportedly panicking and demanding to know from their agents why a 20-year-old from Quezon City is attracting more attention and viewers than the actual defending champions. The verdict from Jujan Hasten Cop has officially torn down the old hierarchy, and a new queen of television has been crowned in the form of Alex Eala. The massive shockwaves from Jujan Hasten Cop's assessment of Alex Eala are only intensifying on this Friday, March 6, 2026. As the words of the legendary photographer echoed through the Indian Wells Media Center, a secret truth began to leak from the high-security broadcast trailers parked behind Stadium 1. We are specifically talking about the confidential television rating reports. These are the confidential internal metrics gathered from industry powerhouses like ESPN and the Tennis Channel. Even global giants like beIN Sports are seeing unprecedented numbers, with reports surfacing that during Alex's recent practice session, not even a match, but a mere warm-up digital viewership peaked at a staggering 85 million concurrent viewers worldwide. To put that massive figure into proper perspective, one must look at the traditional sports landscape. That number is currently obliterating the viewership of most NBA, regular season games, and is even rivaling some major European football finals. The hard reality is that Eala Mania is no longer just a regional Filipino phenomenon. It has become a total global television lockdown. The most startling aspect of these internal reports is the geographic origin of the viewers. While the Philippines remains the devoted heart of her fan base, data reveals a massive surge in interest across Western Europe, the Middle East, and North America. Jujan Hasten Cop, who possesses a bird's-eye view of the entire media landscape, reportedly pointed out that Alex is the only athlete today capable of bridging the cultural gap between the East and the West. He reportedly remarked that broadcasters have been searching for a global magnet of this caliber ever since Roger Federer retired. They never imagined that this star would emerge from Manila, and this sudden realization has left the WTA establishment in a state of absolute panic. They have invested millions of dollars into promoting other players on the tour over the years. Yet, every camera lens and every remote control is now pointing directly at Alex Eala, though there is a darker side to this explosion in ratings. A heartbreaking and harsh story has surfaced regarding a high-ranking television executive in New York who was reportedly fired just 48 hours ago. This producer reportedly made the fatal professional error of relegating Alex's opening segment to a secondary digital channel, assuming she would not attract a mainstream American audience. However, when the explosive data finally hit the executive's desk, the mistake became undeniable. The reports showed that the secondary channel had 10 times more traffic than the main broadcast, which featured a top 5-seeded player. The network's board reportedly dismantled his career on the spot, and the brutal message sent to the media world is crystal clear. Underestimate Alex Eala at your own peril. This professional casualty has sent a chilling message through every sports newsroom in California. Now, every single camera crew is fighting for a prime position near Alex's practice court. They are all hoping to secure their own jobs by capturing her unique brand of magic, while the jealousy in the locker room has reached an explosive level of toxicity. Top 10 players are reportedly fuming in their private suites while watching the television monitors in the player lounge. They see Alex's highlights on a constant loop while their own hard-earned victories are barely mentioned, leading one European champion to ask how a player ranked 31st could be the face of the entire tournament. Yet, the hidden factor that Jujan Hasten Cop continues to emphasize is her pure, unadulterated authenticity. He noted that the television audience has a keen sense for the truth and can smell a manufactured star from a mile away. When Alex sweats, when she fights for every point, and when she smiles at her team, it looks cinematic in a way that simply cannot be coached. She is a natural-born television star, and the establishment is panic-stricken because they simply cannot replicate her magnetic pull. As we look toward her March 6th debut, the immense pressure on broadcasters is reaching a staggering level. They are reportedly scrambling to add more high-definition cameras to Alex's assigned court. They are deeply worried that they will not be able to handle the massive surge in digital traffic once she actually begins playing her match. Even Rafael Nadal is reportedly keeping a watchful eye on this escalating media frenzy. He is concerned that his student is being overexposed by the media before she even hits a single ball, but the television queen appears ready for the challenge. The question remains whether the world's digital infrastructure is truly prepared for the impending Eala tsunami and this unprecedented media war. Alex Eala has officially transitioned from mere rating reports to the executive boardrooms of the world's largest streaming giants on this Friday, March 6, 2026. While the fans eagerly await her match, the hidden truth is that a billion-dollar bidding war has erupted behind the scenes among Netflix, Disney+, and Amazon Prime. Reports are circulating that after witnessing the 85 million viewers discussed earlier, these companies are scrambling for exclusive rights. These industry giants are desperately attempting to sign Alex for a dedicated documentary series that would completely bypass the traditional media rights held by the Women's Tennis Association. The cold, hard reality is that Alex is no longer viewed as just another tennis player. She has become a global goldmine of content. And Jujan Hasten Cop, the man who ignited this fire, reportedly witnessed a heated dispute among 3 high-level executives in the VIP lounge today. They are absolutely livid because the Eala brand is now considered more valuable than the entire Breakpoint series combined. However, Jujan Hasten Cop possesses something far more shocking and valuable than a mere signature on a contract. He is reportedly in possession of what media insiders are calling the ghost footage. During a private practice session held under the desert moon, Jujan's high-speed cameras captured a 10-second clip of Alex hitting a unique hybrid strike that appears to defy the laws of physics. Jujan reportedly confided in his inner circle regarding the nature of this discovery. He remarked that while he has photographed the grace of Federer and the sheer power of Nadal, he has never seen a human move like this on camera, claiming this footage will revolutionize how tennis is televised forever. This secret footage is considered so valuable that a major sports network reportedly offered Jujan $2 million just for the raw files. Yet, the legendary photographer is refusing to sell, as he wants the entire world to witness it live on the big screen during her debut on March 6th. The sense of panic within the Indian Wells broadcast booth has reached a truly seismic level. Technical crews are reportedly in a state of emergency because the global demand to watch Alex has reached such a peak that they fear the tournament servers might literally melt down. They are reportedly in the process of installing emergency fiber optic cables specifically for Court 1 to bolster the connection. They are terrified of a total system blackout if tens of millions of people attempt to stream the match simultaneously. This is the ultimate infrastructure crisis, as one young woman's popularity is literally breaking the internet as it relates to professional tennis. The WTA leadership is fuming because they were never prepared for a Filipino-led tsunami of this incredible magnitude. They are now backtracking on their standard streaming limitations, realizing that if the feed cuts out, it could spark a massive digital riot. Even the sabotage occurring within the locker room has taken a decidedly digital turn. Reports suggest that rival camps are panicking and lodging complaints with the WTA, claiming that the constant presence of cameras around Alex is a distraction for other athletes. They are even attempting to have the legendary photographer Jujan Hasten Cop banned from the sidelines, but Jujan is refusing to back down. He reportedly sent a fierce message back to the WTA board, stating that while they can ban a man, they can never ban the truth. He insisted that the world simply wants to see Alex, and he is merely the witness, marking this clash between old media and the revolution as the primary conflict of the hour. The media pressure surrounding Alex Eala has reached an explosive level on this Friday. It is March 6, 2026, and while Jujan Hasten Cop continues to champion her as the top athlete on television, the world's largest sportswear giant has entered the fray. Nike has reportedly executed a massive power play that has left the entire WTA establishment in a state of absolute shock. Reports are circulating that Nike is poised to broadcast a $10 million one-minute commercial featuring Alex, strategically scheduled to air exactly 60 seconds prior to her March 6th debut. This is no ordinary advertisement. It is being hailed as a cinematic triumph that utilizes the groundbreaking ghost footage techniques pioneered by Jujan. The internal reality is that Nike paid an unprecedented premium to ensure a total blackout of all competing advertisements during that specific time slot. Rival corporate headquarters are reportedly seething because Alex has successfully monopolized the most valuable minutes of primetime television. However, within the confines of the practice courts, an emotionally charged and intense confrontation allegedly occurred between her mentor and the photographer. Rafael Nadal, who has served as a protective shield for Alex throughout this overwhelming media tsunami, reportedly stepped in. He was reportedly compelled to escort Jujan out of a private training session today, though it was not due to any lack of personal respect. Nadal is said to be deeply concerned that the relentless gaze of the legendary photographer's lens is slowly eroding Alex's psychological defenses. Insiders claim that Nadal looked Jujan directly in the eye and told him that she is a champion rather than a movie star, demanding that she be given the silence she deserves. This profound tension between two legends, the master of the court and the master of the camera, is the defining conflict of the moment. Jujan reportedly departed with a mysterious and knowing smile. Yet the sense of shock among those watching was undeniable. The newly crowned queen of television finds herself pulled in two different directions, caught between the lure of global stardom and the pursuit of Grand Slam glory. The level of hysteria within the broadcast booths has now reached an irrational peak. Television networks are reportedly convening emergency script meetings because they are struggling to narrate the story of a player who is vastly outperforming the world's top-ranked athlete in the ratings. They are in a state of absolute panic, as Eala fans flood live chat sections with millions of messages every single second. This surge is threatening to collapse the entire digital broadcasting infrastructure, leading one frantic producer to shout that they desperately need more bandwidth or they risk losing the entire tournament feed. This is the undeniable and overwhelming reality of the Eala Effect. The existing framework of global sports media was simply not designed to accommodate a Filipino-led takeover of such massive proportions. The total blackout regarding Alex's final strategy is only serving to make the anticipation more explosive, while the sabotage within the locker room has reached a brand new low. Reports suggest that several envious rivals are seething, alleging that the $10 million Nike advertisement is a calculated form of psychological warfare intended to intimidate them before they even set foot on the court. They are reportedly withdrawing from their media obligations, refusing to participate in interviews unless they are guaranteed the same elite lighting and camera quality afforded to Alex. The entire tennis establishment is currently caught in a massive and chaotic frenzy. The traditional hierarchy of professional tennis has been completely incinerated by a 20-year-old phenom and the gaze of a legendary lens. This explosive media phenomenon has reached its absolute zenith on this Friday, March 6, 2026. As the cameras focused intently on Alex Eala for her round of 64 debut at Indian Wells, the underlying truth was finally unveiled to the world. According to live data provided by global broadcasters, the viewership figures for her opening game did not merely break records, they completely demolished them. Official reports indicate that the live digital stream reached a staggering peak of 120 million concurrent viewers. This number actually surpasses the typical viewership of a FIFA World Cup semifinal match. The undeniable reality is that Jujan Hasten Cop's prediction was accurate, as Alex Eala is officially the most watched athlete on television across the globe at this very moment. The leadership of the Women's Tennis Association is currently in a state of absolute disbelief, coming to terms with the fact that a 20-year-old from the Philippines is attracting more global attention than the entire top 10 players combined. However, the most significant shockwave occurred just moments before the very first serve of the match. Jujan Hasten Cop, the mastermind behind this massive ratings tsunami, was reportedly spotted leaning over the edge of the photographer's pit for one final, confidential word with Alex. Insiders claim he told her that while cameras can capture her shadow, they can never truly capture her heart, and he urged her to go out and show the world her inner light. This emotional masterstroke from the legendary photographer reportedly provided Alex with a level of intense focus that left sports commentators in a state of speechless disbelief. When she finally delivered her first ace using that signature hybrid strike, the television ratings in Manila, New York, and Dubai spiked with unprecedented force. The surge was so powerful that several local internet servers experienced a temporary but total blackout. The Eala Effect has officially dismantled the traditional broadcast hierarchy that once ruled the sport. Furthermore, the final economic verdict regarding her influence has been officially released. Between the $10 million Nike advertisement and the staggering viewership numbers, California's tourism and sports media sectors have reportedly seen a $300 million revenue boost in just 1 week. The widespread panic observed previously has now transformed into a full-scale corporate celebration. Major advertisers who were previously fuming are now desperately begging for any available commercial slot during Alex's upcoming matches. The underlying factor is that Alex has successfully transformed a tennis match into a monumental global event that transcends the boundaries of the sport itself. For Rafael Nadal, watching the queen of television ascend to her throne, the initial heartbreak over the media pressure has evolved into a sense of eternal pride. He recognizes that his student has achieved something even he could never do, which is uniting the entire world through the medium of a television screen. As the match drew to a close, the final image, immortalized by Jujan Hasten Cop, showed Alex pointing first to the flag of the Philippines on her kit and then directly into the television camera lens. It served as a fierce message to the entire world that the revolution is not merely being televised. The revolution itself is Alex Eala. The total shutdown of the old establishment is now complete, proving that Filipino power has become the new global currency of the sporting world. Thank you for following this intensive 5-part deep dive through the lens of a legend. Please remember to like and subscribe, and leave the words "Television Queen Alex" in the comments, as history has been broadcast and the future looks brighter than a Hollywood spotlight.